Hello YouTube, Daddy Leroy here. This is my second attempt at making this video. The first time I got aggravated and went off on some wild rant. And I watched it back before I posted it, and it's a good thing I did. I got way off subject. But the point of this video is going to be, back when people my age were kids, we did a lot of things, and some of them, and if you let your kids do those kind of things nowadays, people would lose their minds. We rode our bicycles all over the place and never had a helmet. The only people I ever saw wear the bicycle helmets back then were the people racing bicycles. We ate dirt, rode in cars without seat belts. I'm not advocating doing that, because I think it is better that you wear out. Heck, when I was little, halftime, I rode up in the back window, up behind the back seat. Well, they put you under the jail for letting a kid do that nowadays. My mama had a big old Buick Park Avenue, and it didn't matter where you were in that car. If you made her mad going down the road, she'd pop you. She's a small woman, but she could reach anywhere in that car and get you. Anyway, I had an old go-kart when I was a kid. Brother and I used to take a rope and tie it behind the three-wheeler and drag it all over the pasture. Try to throw one another off of it. So, I tell you, the one thing we didn't do, we didn't talk back to our parents. We didn't raise a hand to our parents. We had chores to do, and we did them, or else. Not only did we have chores to do, but I had my first paying job when I was on soybean farm. After I'd get out of school in May, I'd go to work. And for about the next month or so, I'd work 12 to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. Driving a tractor on my uncle's soybean farm. I made $2 an hour, and I had a ball. Nowadays they got child labor laws and all this and that. You can't even let a child work. But regardless of that, I know one thing. My children are going to have chores to do. They might not be able to work for a paycheck, but they're gonna learn work. A lot of the young folks nowadays coming up that's just out of school, getting jobs and things. First time they've ever had to work for anything in their life. Or they might want a job. They don't want to work. They just want to get paid. Maybe I'm just a crabby old man, but I was always taught you give a fair day's work for a fair day's pay. And when you take a job, you do the job, whatever it is. You don't gripe about it and say, well, that ain't what I was hired for. You was hired to do whatever your boss tells you to do, and you do it. And when my children get grown, that's the way I want them to be. You don't have to be taken advantage of, but work for what you get. Anyway, that's the way I see it. If you see it different, let me know. Make a comment, give your response. If you think I'm right, let me know that too. I want to know how many people out there remember the old days, remember the old ways. In other words, how many more dinosaurs like me are there out there? Well, that's about all I got for today. So until next time.